Today we're going to be trimming up a dental model. To begin with, we're going to use the model trimmer, which is this one. To start it, there's a button on this side. So what we want to do is make sure to turn on the button here. And that gets the power going. And then it has to have water constantly running through there. So we're going to also put water, and the water controls are back here. So the bottom one is the water control for this machine, and the top one is the water control for this machine. So the second thing I want to do is to make sure that this plate is even with this part of the model trimmer here. So I'm going to lock it in place and make sure it's even. And that's ready to go. We're going to take the maxillary model to begin with and trim it up first, and then use that as a template for the bottom. So we're going to trim this up first and then the bottom one. To start, I'm going to go to the posterior area and make an angle straight behind the last molars where the maxillary tuberosity is at. So that line right there should be parallel to my wheel. Okay, and I should use this line right here on the plate, this line. And if I keep that line right where my midline is at, I should be able to make a straight line in the back. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this down and just make sure that my midline is perpendicular to the wheel. Start off just a little bit at a time because I don't have a lot of room to work back here, but you can see I'm already starting to get the angle that I need. The next thing I'm going to do is create two angles that will be parallel to the angle of my teeth. Okay, I'm going to do one line like this and one line angle like this. Okay. So putting this down, I'm going to use the angle of the teeth, and that angle should be parallel to my wheel. And there we have that angle. And I'm going to do the other side. We have the two angles now. Now I'm going to make an angle that goes from the midline to the cuspid, which will be like this, and then another one like this. So it's going to be pointed in the center and then out to the side. This sticks out really far, so I'm going to get rid of most of this, and then as I get closer, then I'll start those two angles. Where my point is in relationship to my midline, and I am off a little bit, so I need to bring it over just a hair there. Okay, now I'm pretty close in the center there. And the next thing I'm going to do is make a corner on each side of this model. So I'm going to make an angle here and an angle here. As you can see, I'm getting really close to the teeth, so I probably don't want to do anymore. But now I have my template for my lower jaw. Okay, so I'm going to get my lower jaw and put it on there. And I'm going to put the teeth together in the right occlusion, just like that. And then I'm going to grind the backs first together. that line, which I just did. So I'm going to stop right there, and I'm going to do these sides together. And see where I'm at. Okay, still have some room there. We've touched, so I'm going to stop. I'm going to go to the other side. So we have our two sides that match up. Now we're going to do our two corners together. Now this bottom part is going to be a little bit different than the top. This one's pointed and angled. This one's going to be completely round from cusper to cusper. So I'm going to take this apart for a second and then just do this alone. So I'm going to go straight in. Once I remove the majority of this and get closer to the teeth, then I'll start rounding it from cusper to cusper. So we have these sides that match, these sides that match. We have the corners that match here. This one's off a little bit, and it's probably because when I poured it up, we were a little short on the stone here, and then these match. I'm going to do the back just one more time. Make sure they match, which they do. And there's my model. The last thing I want to do is get a toothbrush and rinse this model out. Okay, so we're going to take it underneath the water and just rinse it out really well. And there's our model.